Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good evening to all. So I welcome you all to my live session from my Facebook page Manjur's English Solutions. Today I'm going to discuss about a particular topic of linguistics, which is a very complicated topic. The topic is pragmatics, and I hope the live session on pragmatics will come out quite handy for the students of ELT and linguistics. So I welcome you all and invite you all to join my live sessions as early as possible. Without further delay, I would like to begin my discussion. The first live session was somehow hampered because of some technical issues. That's why I'm conducting the live session again. The technical problems have been solved. Now I would like to begin my discussion on pragmatics. Pragmatics actually is the scientific study. I repeat, pragmatics is the scientific study of the contextual meaning of words, phrase, and sentence which the speaker wants to convey in a particular situation or context. And pragmatics is actually the polar opposite to semantics. Semantics deals with literal meaning of words, phrase, and sentence. On the other hand, pragmatics deals with the contextual meanings of words, phrase, and sentence. So I hope you understand. There is a basic difference between the two, pragmatics and semantics. Pragmatics is the polar opposite to semantics. And semantics actually is concerned with the structural domain of sentence. But pragmatics goes beyond the structural domain. It actually is concerned with the contextual meaning that the speaker wants to convey in a particular situation or context. So the basic difference is really quite interesting, and I would request you all to pay attention because you have to clearly understand the basic difference between semantics and pragmatics. Semantics deals with the literal meaning and pragmatics deals with the contextual meaning. Semantics deals with the structural domain of sentence. On the other hand, pragmatics deals with the contextual meaning and it goes beyond the structural domain of a sentence. How is that? Suppose I give you an example. The hamburger ate the boy. The hamburger ate the boy. The sentence actually is grammatically or syntactically correct but semantically wrong, because here the subject cannot be an inanimate object, because the hamburger cannot eat the boy. Rather, the boy can eat the hamburger. So the sentence should be the boy ate the hamburger, not the hamburger ate the boy. I hope you understand. So semantics deals with meaning of word, literal meaning of words, phrase, and sentence, and it deals with the structural domain. Here the subject must be an animate entity, not an inanimate entity. Hamburger cannot eat the boy, rather boy can eat hamburger. So the sentence should be the boy ate the hamburger, not the hamburger ate the boy. I hope you understand. So semantics deals with the literal meaning and the structural domain of the sentence. But pragmatics goes beyond it. Pragmatics deals with contextual meaning of a word, phrase, and sentence that the speaker wants to convey in a particular situation or context, and it goes beyond the structural domain. How? Okay, suppose somebody asks someone, do you have a lighter? Do you have a lighter? That means he's asking him whether he smokes or not, whether he smokes cigarette or not, whether he's a smoker or not. But the other man replied, I don't have a lighter. His reply was he doesn't have a lighter. That means he is a non-smoker. Through this expression, he is saying, or he tries to mean, that he is a non-smoker. But lighter can be used in many purposes, in many ways. Lighting cigarette is one purpose that we use lighter for. But lighter can be used in many other ways. It can be used in many other purposes. but that person is actually asking whether he is a smoker or not by asking him, do you have a lighter? The man replied, I don't have a lighter. That means he is actually a non-smoker. So this expression actually suggests something else. It goes beyond the structural domain of the sentence, and it actually depends on the speaker and the particular context and the situation where the speaker wants to convey a particular message through a particular expression. So this is the main concern of pragmatics. Pragmatics actually is the philosophy of meaning of words, phrase, and sentence. I repeat, pragmatics actually is the philosophy of words, phrase, and meanings, word, phrase, and meaning of a word. I mean, it is actually the higher level of study of the meaning of words, phrase, and sentence. So it is the philosophy of meaning of words, phrase, and sentence, in a sense. I hope you understand. Now let us talk about some major points which are very important to totally understand what pragmatics is all about. Number one is very important. I am telling you, you have to pay attention to my lecture very carefully, because pragmatics is a very complicated subject, and unless you understand these major points that I am going to deal with right now, you will not actually fully understand or comprehend what pragmatics is all about. So the first point that I am going to talk about is contextual meaning. I have already in my definition I have already talked about contextual meaning, that semantics actually is the scientific study of contextual meaning of word, phrase, and sentence that the speaker wants to convey in a particular situation or a context. Suppose a girl was asked by a boy, do you love me? A boy asked a girl, do you love me? The girl replied, I have a boyfriend. So the girl's expression does not actually say directly whether she loves him or not. Rather, her answer was, I have a boyfriend. So this sentence implies to something else. That means that she is engaged to someone and she doesn't love him. So this is the actual meaning that she wants to convey through this particular expression. She doesn't have a boyfriend generally doesn't mean that she doesn't love him or she loves him. Rather, it indicates that she is engaged to someone and she loves someone else, not him. So this is what pragmatics deals with. It deals with the contextual meaning of word, phrase, and sentence. How a particular expression is used in a particular situation or in a particular context. Now let us talk about the next point that pragmatics actually is concerned with, that is conversational implication. Conversational implication. That means suppose a person is having a conversation with another person. So the conversation, I mean, in a particular situation or context or on a particular topic, they are actually having a conversation. So these are very important to understand or signify the actual meaning that they want to convey through their discussion or conversation. Pragmatics deals with that conversational implication, which is very important. Like somebody said, it hit me to someone. What hit him? Did something hit or strike him? I mean, did something strike him and he got hurt, he got pain? Or did something amaze him? It hit me means something amazed him, or something actually emotionally hit him, or physically hit him. Which one? That is actually evident, or that can be only comprehensible through the conversational implication between the two persons, unless it will not be clear. I hope you understand. Now another point, speech acts or functions. Pragmatics deals with the function or speech acts of sentence, which semantics doesn't deal with. Like I'm giving you an example. A mother told her boy, "Get out of the house, get out of the house, just get out of the house." The mother is shouting at his boy, "Get out of the house, just get out of the house." So this is a form, the form of the sentence is, it is actually an assertive sentence, right? But from this form, you cannot judge the function of the sentence. It might be ordering or it might be requesting, because mother probably got angry at her son because son has probably done something wrong, and the mother is telling her son to get out of the house in a fit of anger. Or might be she got she got very nervous because enemies are looking for her son, they might harm him, and that's why she is requesting him to get out of the house. So one form can imply two different functions. One might be ordering, get out of the house. Another might be requesting, get out of the house, otherwise enemies will catch you. Or get out of the house, I don't want to see your face. Which one is correct? Which one is actually the meaning that the mother wants to convey through his expression, through her expression? This actually depends on the particular context or situation or the speech acts. As I have already said, pragmatics deals with function of sentence. So this can only be understandable or comprehensible when we actually understand the contexts. This is what pragmatics deals with. This actually deals with the function of a sentence, which cannot be judged properly from the form or from the semantic code or the semantic meaning. I hope you understand. Now let us talk about cooperative principles. Cooperative principle means Paul Grease, actually, he is actually a linguist and he's a researcher of pragmatics. He actually said one thing, that cooperative principle actually suggests that participants in a conversation assume a shared cooperative goal to contribute relevant information. That means there will be a cooperative principle between the two speakers who are having a conversation in a particular context or situation, or who are exchanging information through their expression in a particular situation or context, which is very important in case of pragmatics. Both the hearer and speaker, I mean both the speaker and listener and their contexts are very important for understanding the proper meaning of an expression. So this is what pragmatics deals with. It goes deeper and deeper to find out the actual meaning the speaker wants to convey through his or her expression. Now let us talk about the last point, that is pragmatic competence. This is actually the ability to understand another speaker's expression or intended meaning. Suppose a student came late in the classroom and the teacher saying that you came quite early today. Student arrived at the class at the last minute and the teacher saying you came quite early today. This expression doesn't mean that the student came early in the class. Rather, she came or she attended the class at the last minute, but the teacher is mocking at her through the expression of irony. The teacher used irony here, and his expression actually means complete the opposite, because he's saying you came quite early. What's wrong? That means he is mocking at the girl who attended late in the class, but the teacher is saying you attended early in the class. What's wrong? That means he mocked at her through the expression of irony. So this depends on the listener here, because the listener here was the student who came late in the class or who attended late. Am I clear? So this is what pragmatics deals with. Pragmatics goes beyond the structural domain of a sentence. It goes deeper and deeper, and it deals with the contextual meaning of sentence, word and phrase that the speaker speaker wants to convey in a particular situation or context. I'm giving a last example, the structural domain, like the girl waked the man with an umbrella. The girl waked the man with an umbrella. So from this sentence, there might be two implications. Number one is the girl who was carrying an umbrella waked the man with it, or the girl waked a man who was carrying an umbrella. The girl waked the man with an umbrella. This sentence has got two implications semantically. Number one is the girl who was carrying an umbrella whacked the man with it, or the girl whacked the man who was carrying an umbrella. Which one actually is correct? It can only be understandable, or it can only be comprehensible through the practice of pragmatics. That means the conversational implications, or the relation or context, or the relation between the speaker and listener, or the context or situation where the expression actually was used for. So this is what pragmatics deals with. Pragmatics actually is the philosophy of meaning of words, phrase, and sentence. I hope you understand. So last but not the least, I would recommend you a book. I would suggest a book to all of you to understand and go deeper into the field of pragmatics. The title of the book is Cambridge Textbook in Linguistics, Pragmatics, written by Stephen C. Levinson. I repeat, Cambridge Textbook in Linguistics, Pragmatics, written by Stephen C. Levinson. I hope you understand. So this book is very handy and informative. If you really want to learn a lot of things about pragmatics, then you can study the book. So that concludes my discussion on pragmatics. In my next live session, I will come back with another topic, and till then, it's goodbye from here. The recorded video of my live session will be uploaded on my Facebook page shortly. Not only on my Facebook page, I have got a YouTube channel with the same title, Monjur's English Solutions. You will find the recorded videos of all my Facebook live sessions on that YouTube channel as well. So in my next live session, I will come back with a new topic. If you have got any suggestion on which topic I can make my discussion, you can text me through the inbox of my Facebook page, and even my contact number is there. If you have got any query, any suggestion, you can directly call me as well. So that's all for tonight. Thank you very much. In my next live session, I will come back again with a new topic. Till then, it's goodbye from here. Good night. Take care.